Hey guys, before we get into the video, wanted to say thank you real quick to a brand new channel member. That is Caleb Johnson. Now, I'm not sure if that's the Caleb Johnson that races sometimes with High Limit and the Outlaws, but if it is, thank you, Caleb. Either way, if it's not you, man, thank you very much. We appreciate your support here on the channel. Also wanted to say thank you to my other channel members as well. Bill Gillies for 1 month. Still can't figure out this guy's name. Skike, hopefully that's right, 1 month. Easy does it for 2 months. Racing Vagabond, 4 months. And Blake Dowell, 4 months as well. If you guys want to learn more about being a channel member, just hit that join button right underneath the screen here. If you don't want to do that, subscribing is just as good. So thank you guys so much. Now let's jump into this race preview. All right, guys, what's up? So we just made the 4.5 to 5 hour drive, I think it was, from Roseburg, Oregon to here in Rochester, Washington, about 25 minutes away from Grays Harbor. Yes, this is the second race preview of the day, because I'm not going to have time to do this one any other time because we do race tomorrow at Grays Harbor. So 2 race previews in one day. Hopefully you don't mind. Today we are talking about the Skagit Nationals, what will be the highest paying race of the season for Kubota High Limit Racing and be the highest paying race in the history of West Coast Sprint Car Racing as well. It's going to be races number 39, 40, and 41 at the Skagit Speedway, August 29th through the 31st. In Alger, Washington, and Skagit Speedway is a 3/10 mile oval, which is the same size as the track we just came from, which was the Douglas County Dirt Track, and it is the Sagefruit Skagit Nationals. The weather going in for these 3 nights, it just continues with the trend from what we've seen already. Fantastic. Thursday night, a high of 76, a low of 54, 6% chance of rain. Friday, a high of 79 degrees, a low of 56, and rain chance at 5%. And then on the Saturday finale, 81 degrees, a 60 degrees for a low, and then 6% chance of rain on Saturday. And then as you can see there, I messed up. I haven't done these enough to know where my stuff goes on the board. I forgot to put estimated car count. Added it right there. It's going to be over 40, I think. So 40 right now, but looking potentially maybe like 42, 43, but I put 40 on there just to be safe. So the first 2 nights are going to pay $10,000 to win and $1,000 to start, but that all culminates into a $102,626.26, of course, main event to win feature on Saturday. And the main event also pays $2,500 just to take the green flag for Saturday's finale. So $102,000 to win. As I mentioned, it is now will be the highest paying race in High Limit Racing history, surpassing Gold Cup, which just happened last week, right? So very cool stuff that Kevin Rudine and everybody up there, Peter Murphy, are doing at Skagit. And it sounds like the sales, that as far as the ticket sales go, are through the roof. So there's going to be 1 million people there. There's going to be a bunch of cars, and there's going to be a lot of hype as well around this event. This place has turned into one of, if not one of the best facilities in all of the country, and the racing has gone along with that great facility. The racing, we saw it at the Dirt Cup. It was absolutely fantastic stuff. Speaking of the Dirt Cup, we'll look at our most recent 410 winners at this racetrack. I'm kind of confused. I got these from the third turn, and I feel like they have had more 410 races since the races with the NARC series. I'm not sure why the third turn did not have some of their local 410 stuff, and then they had some of them. I'm not really sure, but Corey Day, the winner for almost 80 grand earlier this year at the Dirt Cup. Dominic Gordon and Zeb Wise, those 2 drivers split the prelim nights at the Dirt Cup. And then Trey Starks and Landon Brooks, according to the thirdturn.com, have the most recent 410 wins on a local level at the Skagit Speedway. And we'll talk more about who's won there this year and things like that in just a moment. Now, the track record going in was set by David Gravel at 10.578 seconds on August 30th of 2019. So maybe on the anniversary, what would that be? The 5-year anniversary. Maybe we could break that track record again. And we'll talk about, we will have the chance to do that because both nights we'll be using a format. We'll get to the format now. The format is very similar to the Gold Cup. It has not, as of this time, it is 7:30 on Tuesday, the 27th. The format not all the way complete yet. They're still working out a couple of small details and things like that. It should be finalized, I believe, by tomorrow and then released all the way to the public. But I just got off the phone with Blake Anderson a few minutes ago, and this is what he gave me. So the format is very, very similar to the Gold Cup Races of Champions, with the exception that it is not a split field. All 40-ish cars will run both nights of the prelims and obviously on Saturday, so not split. And then it is going to be full points for the high limit racing teams. So unlike the Gold Cup, because it was a split night, there was no points on the line for the championship. That is not the case at Skagit. We will have points on the line for all 3 nights over there. And then this is an interesting little tidbit as well that is different from the Gold Cup. So whatever pill you draw on Thursday for your prelim night, let's just say you were the last car out to qualify on Thursday night, everybody's qualifying position will be completely reversed for Friday. So if you were last out on Thursday, you'll be the first one to go on Friday. So I kind of like that, honestly. I think that's a little bit different. We don't see that very often. So the qualifying form or the qualifying order will be reversed completely from what you were doing on the previous night. So for a guy that goes in the middle, he's going to go in the middle again for the second night as well. And in the qualifying, the heat races, and the features, there will be all points, being accrued by all of the drivers. The point system is a little bit different from the Gold Cup, just slightly. So keep that in mind as well. And then after the 2 prelim nights, the top 4 drivers in overall combined points will be locked into either a dash or a King of the Hill, like pole shuffle type of thing. They have not decided how they will line up the first 4 rows of the main event. But yeah, keep that in mind as well, that the top 4 drivers, you have to be good both prelim nights. It's not like it was at the Gold Cup where you only had to run one night and have a good night there and you were good. That's not the case. You got to be good both nights there for the Sage Fruit Skagit Nationals. Now, looking at the non-high rollers, the drivers that we are expecting to see there that aren't full-time with the series, I tried to add a lot that we haven't seen this year yet, including Mike Brown, the driver out of Alaska, in car number 1. Justin Sanders, fresh off of a second-place run at the Douglas County Dirt Track. Axel Audman and the 7-0 will be there, as well as Greg Otis in car number 9. So those are a couple guys that run on a weekly basis at Skagit Speedway. Bailey Jean, we just saw her at Douglas County. We'll see her tomorrow night at Grace Harbor as well in the 14B. Cam Smith, who is a guy that you need to watch for when we get up there to the Skagit Speedway, a local guy, but he is absolutely on the hammer. Always love seeing Cam Smith race with a big series because I think he's kind of underrated. Jamie Veal and Shane Golubic to round out a trio of number 17 cars that will be there with us. And then we got Jason Solwald, who is the current points leader at the Skagit Speedway in 410 action, has not been able to win a race this year, according to my research here. So let me just double check here. I got my computer sitting here off to my left side. Just double checking. Yeah, so no wins this year for Solwald. 9 top 10s in 11 features with a 22-point lead over the next guy on the list, which is Colby Thornhill. Thornhill does have 1 win, actually 2 wins on the year for the young driver from Enumclaw, Washington. And so going to be interesting to see how he does when High Limit Racing rolls into town. Jesse Schlotfeld, he will be there as well. He has a win this year at the Skagit Speedway as well. Robbie Price in the 21P. Also got Cole Macedo on there in the Tarleton Racing 21. Tyler Anderson in the 24. Eric Fisher in another entry for Kevin Rudine, the 26. I'm guessing the 26F will be the number for Eric Fisher. Dominic Selzy in the 41. You got Landon Brooks, Trey Starks, and Colton Heath. All 3 of those drivers with the green slash indicating that they have won a race in weekly competition at the Skagit Speedway. And what I noticed here with Colton Heath, he has 1 start on the year and 1 win. He is going to be driving a car that is normally piloted by Justin Youngquist. I'm not sure what happened to Youngquist to the 95 car, but he's not going to be able to make it. So they are putting Colton Heath in the car, who already has a win this year. Also, guys that are on the list, on the entry list that we have here that are not, I couldn't fit them on the board. We got Greg Hamilton in the 96, Levi Klatt in the 77, Jock Goodyear, obviously, in the 57. We knew that he was going to be there. He's been running all of the high limit races so far this year. Tanner Holmes, I don't have him on the list for some reason. Brain fart there on my end. But yeah, we could see some other guys that we aren't expecting. Maybe a Logan Forler shows up. So we'll see what happens. But it's going to be a really good field of cars for the Skagit Nationals, and obviously a lot of money on the line. So we've seen what kind of racing this place can produce, and we are very, very excited to get there. So hopefully you guys will tune in on Flow Racing. But that's all we've got for you for now. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe, hit the like button. Will you be there? Let me know down in the comment section below. And also, I want to hear your thoughts. Who do you think has a good shot to win some of these races out of the 3 nights at the Skagit Speedway? If you're watching on Flow Racing, thank you guys so much for your support. Feel free to visit my YouTube channel. We do way more than race previews over there on the YouTube channel, and we would love to have your attention and your subscription over there as well. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon.